Hi there, everybody. I want to give you a visual overview of how to put a set into, or how to figure out the IC vector or the interval class vector of a set. Very useful to have some visual reinforcement of this concept. So I'll just show you one example right here. So let's say our set is 5, 9, 7, 1. Notice I shuffled these numbers so they wouldn't be in order. It really doesn't matter. If you want to put them in numerical ascending order, that's fine, but you really don't have to do that for the interval class vector, because remember, interval classes are the shortest distance between all of the pitches. So it really doesn't matter how you organize the notes. These are, of course, pitch classes, so 5 would correspond to the note F and so on. All right, so what I recommend you do first is over here, write down 1 to 6, because there are 6 interval classes. And you're just going to take a tally of each interval class that you encounter. And then at the very end, you're going to add those up and you'll come up with the answer. So let's go ahead and do this. Now, what I recommend you do is go ahead and make a little mark so that you can find out where you started, and make sure that you never go back once you've counted a particular interval. All right, so here we go. So 5 to 9, that would be interval class 4. Now 5 to 7, that would be interval class 2. So I'm putting a little X for each one. And then 5 to 1 would be interval class 4 as well. Remember, you're trying to do this, just imagine the shortest distance between 5 and 1, basically like the absolute distance. And then the number always has to be 6 or lower. So anything greater than 6 will get reduced down to its complement. So 5 to 1 is also interval class 4. All right, now let's go on to the next number, 9. And I'm always going left to right. I don't go back and recount anything. So 9 to 7 is a 2. And 9 to 1 is another 4. Looks like this set has pretty redundant interval pattern. All right, so now we're done with all the 9s. Now let's go to the 7. This is actually going to be our last one because we're never going to go back. And 7 to 1 would be interval class 6. All right, and there we go. So now how do we take this and write it into the answer over here? Basically, you look at how many you have in each of the columns and you just put the number of how many you found for each interval class. So we didn't have any, I'll write this over here, didn't have any IC1, we had 2 IC2s, 0 IC3s, 3 IC4s, 0 IC5, and 1 IC6. So I'll write this over here. My answer for the interval class vector is, sorry, it's hard to write like this, 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 1. So 0, 2, 0, 3, 0, 1, and there you go. So just remember to always be using interval classes, and to always go from right to left, and to keep tabs of where you've already been, and go from left to right, and don't recount the same interval. So there you go.